I've made a good amount of games in my time using Unity, but they weren't really that good, especially this one. Godot is one of Unity's biggest competitors, and from what I've seen, people have made some pretty good games out of it, but also for Unity. Not to mention, I've been wondering which one is the better pick. I'm gonna make a game on Godot with literally
no experience
and hope that I can make something good out of it. My inspo is from a Cartoon Network game called Fist Punch that I used to play when I was younger, and not that anyone cares, but
I'm pretty good at it.
So, obviously for my game I'm gonna need a player, and I'm gonna need some enemies, and I'm probably gonna need a tile map unless I want my game to look like this. I started off with opening up a sprite and working on the player and the sprite sheets. Then I proceeded to import my sprite sheet into Godot. Right off the bat, importing sprite sheets into Godot was 10 times easier than importing sprite sheets into Unity, so I'm gonna have to give Godot 1 point on that one. I add some code so I can get the player moving, but also with its animations. This is what it looks like, but I did not add any fighting animations at all. I didn't realize how hard making sprite sheets really were because, I mean, you can't tell me this looks good. This is what I settled on. I know it's dark, but trust the process. This is what it looks like now. I know it's still dark, but again, trust the process. I then imported the enemy 1 sprite sheet into Godot. I then opened up Godot's particle system. That brings me back. Anyways, 1 point to Unity for the particle system. And this is what it looks like for the enemy. Oh, and remember when I said trust the process? So we're definitely gonna need a health system, so I want to add the player's health in and the enemy's health in, but I also want to make sure I get some player attacks going. So I added some keybinds into Godot so I can get the right attacks for the player, and I just want to say I find it really interesting that you can do this in Godot, and maybe you can do it in Unity because I do know there are some input maps or whatever it's called in Unity, but I kind of just like Godot's system more, and it just makes a lot more sense. So 1 point to Godot on that one. We have kicks and punches. When you press the letter N, it takes away 5 damage from every enemy that you hit, and there is no cooldown. We have the explosion. Press the letter M, and it takes away 20 health from every enemy on that level, and it has a 15-second cooldown. We have the dash and hit. Press shift and the letter N to take away 10 health from the enemies in your path, and you get a 5-second cooldown. Now, is the hit and dash fully working? No. But did I get the cooldowns in? Also no. But it's my game and it's in my video, so I don't care.
A cute little butterfly.
What if I actually did a butterfly though? Or maybe just something with wings. So I got to work on drawing the second enemy, and now I have to get on the animations. This is actually so cooked. Oh my gosh, are those the particles? Those tiny squares are the particles. This is so bugged. This is literally so bugged. I've decided that there's only going to be 2 enemies, and I decided that there's only going to be 2 levels that those enemies are on. We're going to have a health power-up, a shield power-up, and a mini-U. Oh, and the ×2 score. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Now that I got the power-ups in, I need to make them actually work. So the power-ups are finally functioning. I have the ×2 score, the shield, the health. Wait, the assist isn't there. Yeah, so the assist is gonna be pretty difficult. I mean, I'm basically making a whole entire AI that has to bounce from enemy to enemy, and it has to count on whether it took damage or not, or if it's dead, or anything, just everything, really. And that's a lot to do, so it's gonna be very difficult.
Make me code your assist where I follow certain enemies by bouncing off them enemy to enemy. Go for CNC. Perfect.
Okay, it's not taking damage. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Wait, why is there 2 of them? Where did it go? What the heck? Now for the death screen. As you guys watch my beautiful death screen design, I'm gonna talk about some of the things I've changed. First things first, the dash is now just a dash, but it can still take damage whoever you hit within the range. And there are much less bugs, so the dash is actually working, and it's a 10-second cooldown. I added audio, some screen shakes, and I did some polishing off camera to spare your little attention spans. And last but not least, I finally published the game. Yeah, so publishing my game wasn't fun. I had to completely redo the glow effect because I didn't know that publishing a Godot game to itch required you to use a compatibility thing. So yeah, I did that, but because of that, I also made the game downloadable with Mac or Windows. Yes, congratulate me. It looks way better in the downloaded version. This is the downloaded version, and this is how it looks in the browser version. So I'd suggest you download it, but you can also play in the browser. Show some love to it. It's been a while since I made a game, so I really wanted to quit halfway through this video. So essentially, it was difficult. It was pretty tough. If you want to see me make more games, like and subscribe, and comment like what games you want me to make. And yeah, I mean, subscribe, play my game.